What's going on, guys? I'm here with a new video for Dragon Ball Z fans. So this video is going to cover the Dragon Ball Z DVD and Blu-ray sets and which of those you should purchase. So we'll be going through some differences between these DVD and Blu-ray box sets, and hopefully at the end of the video you'll be able to decide which of these box sets that you'd purchase. Just a heads up, I might miss some technical aspects, but this video is meant to give you a rough idea of the differences between these box sets. Alright, so let's get started. So first up are the Funimation remastered box sets, or known as the Orange Bricks. So these are basically converting the original Japanese footage into a widescreen presentation. So by doing so, there was some cropping done to the image. So for example, like a still shot of Goku, not all of his hair would be shown. Now this wasn't really a big problem for everyone, but if you do care about the original aspect ratio, this is definitely something to look at. Now because these box sets were remastered, this means that they are processed to remove film grain and noise from the picture. However, this did result in missing lines and highly saturated colors. So as you can see, part of Nappa's head here is cropped off. Now that's not the big issue. What the real problem here is the lines. If you look at the bottom of Nappa's jaw, part of the lines are kind of blurred out there. But if you look in the center of his teeth, there's a big blur there. Now that is because the noise and grain reduction was so heavily reduced, causing unstable lines in the picture. Now as far as audio goes, in these box sets you actually have a few different tracks to choose from. So the first one you have to choose from is the Funimation English dub with the original Japanese soundtrack. The second is the Funimation English dub with the Funimation soundtrack. Now the third one, the last one you have to choose, is the original Japanese audio with the option of English subtitles. So although this box set doesn't really shine in terms of picture quality, it definitely does have a lot of different options for audio. So next up is the Funimation Dragon box set. So these box sets are probably the best in terms of original picture quality. So they're not cropped, no missing lines, and it keeps the original colors. Now in comparison to the actual Orange Brick sets, you can see that in these Dragon box sets, the picture quality actually looks very genuine and untouched. It looks very crisp and very sharp. Now unfortunately, these box sets are quite rare and very expensive, so trying to hunt down the whole collection is going to cost you a lot of money. As for audio, you get the Funimation English dub paired with the original Japanese soundtrack, as well as the original Japanese soundtrack paired with optional English subtitles. Alright, so next is Dragon Ball Z Kai. So Dragon Ball Z Kai is essentially another remaster of Dragon Ball Z, but this time in HD format. So as you can see, Dragon Ball Z Kai looked very similar to the Dragon box sets. Now although this was a remaster, the difference between this and the Orange Brick sets that these were properly digitally remastered, and that's why the picture quality looked fine. Now the real big difference between Dragon Ball Z Kai and any other Dragon Ball Z box set is that Dragon Ball Z cuts out the filler. Now they try and cut out the filler to keep it to the original story, so by doing this the story is going to go relatively quick. Now for audio, Dragon Ball Z Kai completely replaces all audio. This means both the soundtrack and voices, so there's a recast of character voices and a brand new score. Now unfortunately, Dragon Ball Z Kai is incomplete. The production stopped at the Majin Buu saga for the American release. So next we got the Dragon Ball Z Blu-ray sets. Now like the DVD Orange Bricks, these again use a widescreen presentation causing a cropped image, so essentially you're losing about 40% of the image. Now compared to the DVD Orange Bricks, you can see that these sets were actually a lot sharper. Now as far as audio goes, on these sets you're getting the original Japanese soundtrack and original vocals with the option of English subtitles. You also have the option of using the original Japanese soundtrack with the English vocals. And lastly, you have the English soundtrack with Bruce Falconer and Nathan Johnson's score with the English vocals. Now the English vocals in this aren't actually the Dragon Ball Z recast, they are the original Funimation English dub. And also these sets are uncut with all filler included. And there we go, that basically concludes the video. So there are some DVD and Blu-ray sets that actually didn't include in the video. This is because they're either incomplete or they're just too rare or hard to find. So if you're having a hard time trying to find which Dragon Ball Z box set you should purchase, I hope this video helped clear some things up and find out what the differences really are between all the box sets. And thanks for watching, guys. If you got any questions, please leave a comment, and I'll see you guys on the next one.